For several days, this man mourned and did not eat. He was in pain. I think he took off. He told the king that he is on leave. And sometimes you need to find a way to be alone and to seek the face of God. Because the work he was doing, he cannot do the same work and be able to have a better time with God. So definitely, he's going to take off and said, I want to take 1 week off. And he took that days off, maybe probably without a salary, and he seek the face of God. And what did he do? Merciful unto me. So his prayer is towards the king. Because his life is in the hands of the king. So all that he's praying is that he will be able to be found merciful before the king. At that very time. Continue. Okay, so which means when he prayed afterwards, it took 4 months. Then he went before the king again. He started his normal duties of presenting wine before the king. And at that very time, he went before the king, and what was his face like? Continue. Why are you looking so sad? That is a very dangerous statement. Let me tell you why. I've studied this thing, and those times the kings, they don't joke with you. Because you that is coming to, why can you be before the king and be sad? They say that to be a danger, a red mark. They see that to be a red mark, which means you have a bad mind. Because you are before the king, you need to be able to prepare yourself and be able to present yourself better before the king, period. You can't come before the king because then you are giving a bad countenance to the king. You are letting the king feel bad. So the king was able to see that, hey, this man, what is going on? And continue what the king said. So what happened? When the king told him that, I can see that you are not sick. In another verse, he says, I can see that your heart is sad. So the king was able to know that this man that is standing there, it is not because of sickness that is sad, but his heart is sad. Then Nehemiah was settled. He was shocked. Now come to say, hey, Asampa na Makafabe. He was shocked. Continue. Good. You see, before he had the opportunity to speak to the king, he bypassed the natural to seek the supernatural. You see, there are certain things it need to happen in the realms of the spirit before it can come to the physical. Are you with me, somebody? So there are some situations, if it was just a normal situation, this man's head will have been taken off. Because you can't go according to what Mary said this morning. You can't go to before the king in sadness. But he was bold enough to tell the king what his problem is. So when he told the problem, just like Esther, when it was not even time for him to go before the king, even though she was the wife, the king was able to bring his sword or scepter out to meet him. Because that time Esther's head would have been taken off, but because she prayed before that time. Prayer prepares you before great people. Prayer prepares you before any disaster will come. Prayer prepares you against whatsoever that the enemy plans. Even though the person might not agree with you, but because you have indulged God, who has the heart of the king in his hand, he will prepare the heart of the king for your purpose. This is exactly what happened. So the king was with a wife and they asked him, what do you want? Continue for me and we'll close from here. He did what? He approved the request of Nehemiah. Because Nehemiah did not just go before the king to ask. Nehemiah prayed to the King of Kings. Hallelujah. Because he prayed to the King of Kings, he gave him favor and mercy before the king. So whatever that we do, we need to place it in the hands of God first. If I give the microphone to a lot of people who can testify that they were in some situations, they know that this thing only happened because God's hand was in it. If it was not God's hand in it, this thing would not have happened. Because the king, at that very time, he was not there to listen to complaints. He was there to drink his wine. But intervene in the situation of this man who was not selfish. He was not selfish. He thinks of other people. If it was somebody, he would say, after all, I'm not there. Let me forget about my country. If the walls are not there, I don't care. But he was thinking of the protection of his people in a far distance. So he said, no, I have to be able to make a request so that the king will grant me permit and give me the resources needed to go and rebuild the walls of the city. My message to you is, build the wall around someone. Build the wall around your family. Build a wall around your children. Build a wall around your spouse. There are so many ways that you can build a wall. Now you might have to travel miles to build a wall, but you are here, you can also build a wall. Your little that you will help some nephew somewhere. They have open school in Africa. That your 50 euros, you can help somebody to be able to go back to school. That your 20 euros can help someone. You see, I went to Ghana sometime, last 2 years. There was a young lady. The husband was mistreating the lady. And I called the husband. I said, no, don't do that. You have married to this young lady. What is going on? The lady told me, because I'm not doing anything at home, then I have a child. That is why this man is treating me this way. I want to do something. So I asked her, what do you want to do? He says, I want to sell kerosene. You know kerosene? We all know kerosene. Because he goes around and sell them for people who use lamps in act. Yes. And I said, oh, okay. So how much do you need? And the money she was looking for was 30 euros. And that was what she got. I gave the money to her. And she was going around selling. And be able to have something for the respect of the man. How much is 30 euro to us? It's no money. 30 euro is nothing. You can just, yesterday me and my wife, we went to the supermarket. One small polythene bag, 40 euro. I said, what did we buy? He said, keep the receipt. Let's see. We have to control again. It's nothing. But that 30 euro was able to give somebody a trade. Because he goes and buy the drum. And you know what I'm talking about. They sell it small. And he gets something and he go and buy. That is what she's doing. Build a wall around somebody. Your little help can build a wall around someone. One day, if the person even then bless you, God have seen what you have done. And God will let somebody also build a wall around you. We all need someone. Even if it is not, America will not trade with other people. If it is not so, great China will not trade with other people. They sit down and see that they need each other. We all need someone. The church also need you. So your little money will build a wall around the church. Your little contribution in cash and in kind. Like somebody comes, he's standing on his feet, he's singing, he's drumming, he's cammering, he's doing this, he's doing that. It's all something that you are doing to build a wall around the church. Because we need each and every one. I need you and you need me. But then we need God to touch heart. Like as God touched Nehemiah's heart. That he did not forget about his people. Let's be on our feet as we pray. That God